Good afternoon, everybody. Before I start talking, I'd just like to, what I call, frame the narrative. Can we have a movie? Black frame. Sorry, I'm just going to go back one, just to remind everybody as to where we are. 14th of March, 2018. That was a press release that I received from the African National Congress, which reads, the ANC is actively participating in the 14th Israel Apartheid Week, 12th to the 18th of March. As part of our ongoing solidarity work and commitment to the heroic people of Palestine, we are particularly concerned by the increased targeting of Palestinian children by the government of Israel. The case of the 17-year-old imprisoned Ahmed Tamimi is an example of the extreme and unacceptable abuse of child rights, human rights and international law by the Israel government. The ANC notes with great concern the increased Israeli racism against Africans. These oppressive tendencies confirm the importance of the ANC's 54th National Conference resolution for the immediate and unconditional downgrade of the SA Embassy in Israel to liaison office. The ANC joins over 100 South African organizations, our alliance partners, the PYA, the BDS movement, and thousands of activists and members of the public who will participate in the week's events across the country to express South Africa's solidarity and internationalism. Israel Apartheid Week is perhaps one of the best examples of South Africa's unity in diversity and vibrancy of our civil society, issued by the African National Congress. An interesting statement after we've heard from these three speakers here this evening. And to the apostles, the bishops, I thank you very much for discounting that particular theory. And while framing the narrative,
هناك أيضا قضية أخرى يثيرها الإسرائيليون وهي التحريض أي أن الفلسطينيين ليل نهار يحرضون في وسائل الإعلام وفي الكتب المدرسية وفي التصريحات وفي غيرها. نحن قلنا نحن نحرض.
هتلر ما كان فاسد، كان مغامر.
أقرأ اليهود.
لو عندنا نووي من الصبح حنستخدمه.
إنه الله سبحانه وتعالى سيجمعهم لنقتلهم.
بيحكوا لنا هدول غدارين، بيحكوا لنا إنه هدول بغدرونا، هدول مش منيح. إذا بطعن عمليات الدعس، عمليات الطعن والاشتباك المصالح في المخيمات.
نحيي كل ذرة دم أريقت في سبيل القدس.
يا أخي في الضفة اطعن
ايش اسرائيل بيكون؟ اسرائيل بتنتهي.
فلسطين عربية من المي للمية.
نحن قلنا نحن نحرض.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Shalom u'mrach. Mol Moweni Manene Kazi Nani Manene. Sanbonani Manene Namanene Ekazi. Amandla. His Excellency Ambassador Leo Kynan, Rabbi Carlos Tapiro, Maccabi International Education Committee, Yair Freiman, Senior Director of Public Affairs, Office of the Prime Minister of Israel, Ido Daniel, Senior Director of Digital Strategy, Office of the Prime Minister of Israel, Bendro Yamini, Yedidot Aharonot, Daily Newspaper, Sivanya Eri, Innovation Africa. Bishops, apostles, reverends, archbishops, pastors, ladies and gentlemen. Friends of Israel, you have come here today with a hunger to learn about the experiences of the Holy Land of Israel and joined us with a thirst for knowledge which was undoubtedly quenched by our esteemed keynote speakers. Our keynote speakers have delivered sterling orations today, all of which have left us with greater tools to be advocates for Israel than when we came in and have fanned the flames of our passion for Israel. It is because of people like you, men and women of great wisdom, that the Jewish state continues to flourish. We are all here today because you believe in the beauty and the benefits of a close relationship for not only South Africa, but the African continent with Israel. You acknowledge that there is so much that can be done to help us all, not just as South Africans, but as a global community, if we simply have the courage to stand on the side of truth, the side of God, and the side of his holy land, Israel. For the most inspiring messages of hope and truth that you have given us, we truly thank you. It's also interesting to note, and I wear a yarmulke, a kippah on my head. I thought that Moses was the only person who struck a rock and gave water. Sivan, it's actually amazing. I don't know how many rocks you're striking, but you're getting water. Friends, in the words of Natan Sharansky, the outgoing chairman of the Jewish Agency for Israel, who sees the world divided, free societies and fear societies. And he makes it clear that free nations do not normally go to war against each other. He quotes that no Israeli peace agreement is viable until the Palestinian Arabs are truly free to live their lives and their own lives. Palestinian Arabs need to be freed from the tyrannical overlords who have perpetuated their refugee status for political ends through intimidation and thefts of humanitarian funds dispensed by the United Nations, the United States, European countries at the highest rate per capita ever known in the history of the world. Friends who have come here today with a hunger to learn about the experiences of the Holy Land of Israel, who have joined us with a thirst for knowledge, which was undoubtedly quenched by our esteemed speakers. All of us here today have shared a unique experience, one that will enrich and elevate us, which will give us hope and courage, which will help clarify the way forward for our beloved Israel, surrounded as she currently is by so much hostility, antagonism, attempts to delegitimize, demonize, discredit her, despite the incalculable benefits she has brought to mankind in the fields of medicine, agriculture, water, technology, and so many hosts of others. The Middle East is a cauldron of fire and brimstone, of conflict and terror, of brutality and bestiality, of hopelessness, despair, and death. There are millions who have been displaced, hundreds of thousands who have been tortured, murdered, beheaded by those without conscience or belief. But in the middle of this devastation, Israel is the only country that offers sanctuary and comfort to the Christian and Jewish populations and the Muslim population within Israel, the only country where human rights are practiced and where women and children are respected. Your presence here bears witness to that, and we thank you for your faith and your dedication, for your time, your courage, for your unwavering recognition of rightness and justice, for your ideals and your convictions. It was the philosopher and scholar Herbert Spencer who once said, "The great aim of education is not knowledge, but action." T'matara hagdula shel tiniguf hi lo yeda ele pu'ula. Il hoso enkulu yemfundu aiona ulwazi kodwa insenzo. In other words, what we have learned today is of absolutely no use if we have gained a wealth of information only and not share these truths with the rest of the world. It is our duty as good, honest, and hardworking people to spread the message of today, which is one of peace, tolerance, ingenuity, integrity, and unity, and coexistence of all races, religions, and creeds, which exist in the only democracy in the Middle East region, the land of Eretz Yisrael. I believe that within our country, we can take back the narrative from those of the BDS movement, those detractors, of what it means to be a proud African and a lover of Israel, and not rely solely on mainstream media and hate groups for biased half-truths and misinformation. But I share with you at the same time these chilling words of the Lutheran pastor, Friedrich Gustav Emil Martin Niemöller, a German anti-Nazi theologian, a Lutheran pastor incarcerated in the Nazi death camps post his release, which reads as follows: "And at the time of this crossroads in our beloved South Africa, where political expediency and state capture of our politics are hell-bent on delegitimizing Israel, and share with you these lasting thoughts as Christians and believers. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a socialist. Okukukwala, bakifa, kuma socialist, futi angikulu manja. Ngoban ganginye yona, is socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a trade unionist. Kona ke beze kuweba, futi anji kulumanje, ngoba ngangin genya ona, a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out, because I was not a Jew. Konaka beza kuma Juda, futi angekula manje, ngoba ngange yena Juda. Then they came for me, a Christian, and there was no one left to speak for me. Konake beza kimi, futi kwa, kungeko, osh iye, onga kulumanami. Let's start changing the narrative. What I hear, I forget. What I see, I remember. What I do, I understand. Ma she'ani shomea, ani shochech. Ma sho'eni ro'eh. Ani zachem ma she'ani ose. Ani meviv. To put that into English, Ngizikwayo, Ngi kolewa, Ngi kuk bon ayo, Ngi yak umbula, Loko, Ngi kwenza ayo, Ngi ya kwando. Now is the time to do it, and together we can do it. A single candle can illuminate an entire room. A true friend lights up an entire lifetime. Ikandlela elilodwa lingakhanyi isa indlu yonke umnganye wekiniso umkanyiso impilo yakon yonke. Thank you all for the bright lights of your friendship. Ngibonga amalambu ombungane bako akanya ba. Todalu kulam al torot habirim shel yedidutecha. Friends of Israel, you have given light to this room. The lasting message of today that we must all take away with us, the abiding memory of today, is one of unity, of how we all came together with purpose determination to make a difference, to bring creativity to our task, to encourage one another, to take the road less traveled, and to continue our journey with steadfast determination and resolution to predict a positive ending. We have it within all of us to grow and develop even more, to influence more people, to widen the circle of those who share our convictions. We must remember that the advocacy and protection of Israel never ever ceases. It is not the sole mandate of only the Israel Defense Force or Israel's politicians. It is the job of each and every single human being to defend the Holy Land of Israel and her right to exist in peace and within safe borders. We have learnt a lot today, but without action, and when I talk about action, we've had prayers for many years and we continue to pray. But the action we need is to be vocal and to be seen in the streets of our country, talking to the action that we need to take. And on that note, for those who were present in the breakaway meeting that we had during one of the presentations, for which we apologize, Bendror, but I am privileged to announce, and I'm proud to announce, that on Wednesday, the 25th of July, 2017, the South African Friends of Israel will be holding a march from 2018, apologies, 2018, okay, from Church Square to the Union Building. So please diarize that. We don't want you there in your hundreds. We want you there in your hundreds of thousands. We need to make that statement to our government. May we all be blessed to reap the fruits of all our labors. God bless you all, and thank you for being with us.